Once upon a time, in the vast and mysterious ocean, there lived a tiny and curious fish named Nemo. Unlike his peers, Nemo was not content with swimming aimlessly around the coral reef. He was always looking for new adventures and exploring the unknown depths of the ocean. Nemo's curiosity knew no bounds. He was always asking questions, learning new things, and discovering the beauty of the underwater world. His friends often teased him for being too curious, but Nemo did not let their comments discourage him. One day, Nemo woke up to a strange sound coming from the ocean's surface. It was a sound he had never heard before, and he was determined to find out what it was. Without hesitation, Nemo swam to the surface, and to his amazement, he saw a group of humans on a boat. Nemo had heard stories from his older friends about humans, but he had never seen them before. He was curious and fascinated by these strange creatures, and he wanted to learn more about them. He swam closer to the boat, but as soon as he got too close, a net was thrown over him, and he was captured. Nemo was scared and confused. He did not know what was going to happen to him. He was placed in a small tank and taken to an aquarium in a nearby city. The aquarium was filled with other sea creatures, but Nemo felt out of place. He missed his home and his friends, and he longed to be back in the ocean. Days turned into weeks, and Nemo became increasingly sad and lonely. He had lost his sense of adventure and his curiosity. He spent most of his days swimming aimlessly around the tank, longing for something more. One day, a young girl came to the aquarium with her family. She was drawn to Nemo's tank and spent hours watching him swim around. She noticed that Nemo was different from the other fish in the tank. He was curious and adventurous, and he had a spark in his eye that the other fish did not have. The girl started visiting Nemo every day. She would tap on the glass and talk to him, and slowly but surely, Nemo started to come out of his shell. He began to swim around the tank more energetically, and he even started to do tricks for the girl. The girl started to bring small toys for Nemo to play with, and she would even drop food into the tank for him. Nemo had never experienced kindness like this before, and he started to regain his sense of curiosity and adventure. One day, the girl came to the aquarium and found that Nemo was no longer in his tank. She was heartbroken and asked the staff what had happened to him. They explained that Nemo had been released back into the ocean. The girl was happy for Nemo, but she was also sad that she would never see him again. Nemo was overjoyed to be back in the ocean. He swam around, exploring his old haunts and discovering new places. He was once again filled with curiosity and adventure, and he was determined to never let it go again. Years passed, and Nemo became a legend in the ocean. He had explored every corner of the sea, and he had made many new friends along the way. He had even helped a lost sea turtle find its way back to its family. One day, as Nemo was swimming around, he noticed a group of young fish swimming aimlessly around the coral reef. They looked lost and confused, and Nemo could see that they were lacking in curiosity and adventure. Nemo knew that he had to do something to help these young fish. He approached them and started to ask questions, and before he knew it, he had a group of followers who were just as curious and adventurous as he was. He taught them everything he knew about the ocean and encouraged them to explore and discover new things. Nemo's followers grew in number, and soon he had a whole school of curious and adventurous fish. They would spend their days exploring the ocean, discovering new creatures, and learning about the world around them. Nemo was happy to see that his legacy would live on, and that he had inspired a new generation of fish to be curious and adventurous. As the years went by, Nemo became an old fish. His scales were faded, and his fins were worn, but his spirit remained as strong as ever. He had lived a long and adventurous life, and he was content knowing that he had made a difference in the world. One day, as Nemo was swimming around the coral reef, he noticed a group of young fish staring at him in awe. They recognized him as the legendary fish who had inspired a whole generation of curious and adventurous fish. Nemo smiled at them, knowing that his legacy would live on, and that he had left his mark on the world. In the end, Nemo's curiosity and adventurous spirit had not only led him on many incredible journeys, but had also inspired others to follow in his footsteps. He had shown that there was so much to discover in the world, and that curiosity and adventure were the keys to unlocking its many mysteries. And so, Nemo continued to swim around the ocean, exploring new places, discovering new creatures, and inspiring others to be curious and adventurous just like him. For Nemo, life was a never-ending adventure, and he was grateful for every moment of it.